They say a man's strength is measured not by how loud he speaks, but by how calmly he stands when everything around him trembles. And when it comes to a woman's desire, real, deep, emotional desire, it's not born from money, looks, or words. It's born from presence. Presence is that invisible current in a man, the quiet confidence that makes a woman feel safe enough to surrender her guard and wild enough to feel alive again. These are not tricks. These are psychological truths, 6 revelations that every man must understand if he wants to build connection that goes beyond attraction into devotion. Most men talk to impress, but women listen for energy. You can say all the right things, but if your energy screams insecurity, she feels it instantly. A woman's intuition is her radar. She reads your tone, your posture, your eye contact, the pauses between your words. A man with grounded energy doesn't rush. He doesn't need approval. He knows who he is, and that silent knowing is magnetic. The truth? Women aren't testing you. They're searching for stability. When your energy is calm and rooted, she feels safe to let hers flow. That's when connection begins. Leadership in relationships has been misunderstood. It's not domination, it's direction. A man's presence is meant to lead, not command. A strong man doesn't need to overpower, he inspires. He carries vision. He provides clarity. A woman's deepest desire is not to obey a man, but to trust one. Trust comes when you stand firm in uncertainty. When you can say, "I've got this," and actually mean it. She doesn't want you to control her emotions. She wants to feel yours are anchored enough to hold both of you. Leadership isn't loud. It's steady. And the man who learns that earns more than attention. He earns respect. In the modern world, everyone overshares. We've forgotten the power of mystery. Mystery isn't about hiding. It's about depth. When you reveal everything too soon, your plans, emotions, intentions, you rob the connection of discovery. A woman doesn't fall for what she knows. She falls for what she feels she's discovering. Mystery keeps her curious. It's the difference between a flame that burns out fast and one that keeps glowing in her thoughts long after you're gone. So, learn to hold silence. Let your eyes say more than your words. Let her wonder what fuels your calm. Mystery isn't manipulation. It's mastery of timing. Real strength isn't about suppressing emotion. It's about containing it. When a man suppresses his feelings, he becomes cold and distant. When he loses control of them, he becomes chaotic. But when he can feel deeply and stay grounded, he becomes magnetic. Women crave that balance. Strength with sensitivity, power with peace. Because when a man can stand in his emotions without drowning, it gives her permission to do the same. She feels seen, heard, understood. And that's where desire transforms into devotion, when she realizes you're not running from yourself. Before any love can flourish, there must be safety. A woman opens her heart only where she feels secure, not just physically but emotionally. That safety isn't built through promises, it's built through consistency. Your words match your actions. Your calm stays even when she's emotional. You listen without judgment. Safety isn't sexy to most men, but it's the foundation of everything real. Because when a woman feels safe, her softness returns. Her laughter, her creativity, her affection, all rise like the tide. That's when connection stops being a chase and becomes a rhythm. Presence is not about standing still. It's about being fully here. When you listen, really listen, not waiting to reply but absorbing her energy. She feels it. When your attention doesn't wander to your phone, the world, or your ego, she relaxes. Presence tells her, you matter right now. And that moment becomes unforgettable. Most men try to impress. Few men try to be present. Presence is rare, that's why it's powerful. It's the silent language that says, I'm here not just physically but emotionally, mentally, Spiritually, that's the energy that melts walls, that builds trust, that turns attention into attachment. Attraction is simple. Connection is sacred. A woman doesn't remember your clothes, your car, or your words. She remembers how you made her feel, so remember. It's not your status that wins her heart. It's your stability. It's not your charm that earns her trust. It's your consistency. It's not your dominance that draws her in. It's your direction. Every woman, no matter how strong or independent, desires a man who carries peace in his presence, purpose in his voice, and patience in his heart. So, become that man. Not for her approval, but because that's who you were meant to be. A grounded, present, purpose-driven man who leads with silence, protects with energy, and loves with intention. That's the man who doesn't chase attention. He attracts devotion,